Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. As always, a quick request. In case you are here for the first time, please take a second or two and subscribe to our channel. Turn on the notification bell so that whenever we release a video, YouTube will automatically notify you. You can also give this video a like and share videos. Again, to those who support this channel in one way or the other, allow me to thank you in a very special way. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the economic situation in our country? And I want us to answer this question without any political malice, without any favor or biasness to both the parties. Because everywhere, whether in social media, the conversation is the country on the right track? That is the question. Apart from economic jargons that people can talk about, I want us to look at it as laymen, without drawing all the graphs that this is where we were and this is where we are today. We live in this country and we know where we are. There has been a comparison between the last regime and this regime. And even as we compare the two regimes, let us understand that most of the people who form part of this regime were there in the last regime. William Ruto, who's the president today, was the deputy president, I mean. Kimani Ichung'wah was the leader of the budget committee. Eden Duale was the majority leader in the National Assembly. So all these people were there, and we have videos from the archives where they supported the last government. Whether it was the taxes or the loans, they supported them. And so even as we make that comparison, let us remember that they cannot be exonerated. As we try to answer that question, there is a video that has been going viral about members of parliament who are stranded in Rwanda. And they're saying that they went there. I think there is some tournament that is going there, and Team Kenya went there to represent us, and they're stranded.
Yeah. So mazee tumecheza poa game, tumerepresent Kenya. Mimi napenda Kenya mbaya sana. Lakini cha kushangaza ni kwamba unakuja kucheza game but hakuna mtu amekupatia. Tunatoka huku saa hii imekuwa shida. Karibu nikwame hapa. Unakuja kucheza wanakuambia tunatuma do. Hakuna yani sijui nini ina happen. Yani hata members of parliament wenyewe wanakuwa subjected kwa aibu. Na wewe unakaa pale unasema inji sasa tumearrest, inji sasa it is not living on a lie. For how long shall we live by lies, by the way? Ati inji iko sawa. Sisi tunasema ya kwamba wewe ndio baba ya taifa. President, wewe ndio baba ya taifa. You must take charge and control. And you should be telling the Kenyans the truth. The problem with the president is that he never tells the people the truth. Mambo yanakuja, mambo ya mafuta, waambie Kenya ya kwamba hii G2G, hii ndio advantage yake. Sasa unasema ati mafuta sijui ilikuwa inakosekana kwa. Sasa hiyo ilikuwa ni sasa sasa hata mnaenda sijui mambo ya kuuza, badala ya kuangalia kuona kwenda kupeleka sijui watoto sijui kwenda kutengeneza, badala ya create huko kuja kwetu. Nchi ya Kenya lazima tukae chini. We need to have a national conversation kujua where are we going. Because angalia sasa hii tuko hapa Rwanda. Polisi wangenishika mimi hapa. Hapana. Wewe rais, watu walikuchagua wafanyie wananchi kazi. Fire your cabinet ministers ambao hawafanyi kazi. Why are you worshiping them? And you cannot be everything. You cannot be everywhere. That's a fact. Fire huyo waziri wa kama wa energy ameshindwa kazi. Waziri wa treasury ameshindwa because he advice you. Sack all your political advisors wanted advising you on funny things. You lazima ukiwa angalia. Tunajikaza kupenda Kenya. The Kenyan is almost going. Nimekasirika sana by the way. Karibu naenda kuosha hapa vyombo.
I was wondering, why is it that only Salasia is talking? I've looked for other videos just to see whether there is any other person who is corroborating those facts. And I know Salasia cannot just talk because he knows very well that this video is going viral, and I know that he's speaking the truth. I want to forget about all the other things because I know many will say that Salasia belongs to the members of the opposition and therefore they might think that he is against William Samoei Ruto. But I wanted to pick this fact. Is it true that the Kenyan members of parliament were stranded in Rwanda? This might look very trivial, but I will tell you that there is an image as a country. William Ruto has set an image, and I want to call it a false image, where whenever they see William Ruto, they see Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the president of Kenya, a man who talks about climate change, a man who has decided that people who are coming to Kenya, it will be a border free, and he tells people that Kenya is the home of all the other Africans, and so when you come, you do not need a visa. We have crafted an image there, and so when we let our members of parliament in another country and we cannot send money, then you realize that there is a problem. But the bigger problem that I want us to talk about is their money, because I believe that our coffers are empty. The other day, the CS Treasury came and explained that the situation that we are in is so dire that we are even unable, very soon we will be unable to pay civil servants. This is not the first time we hear such sentiments. There was a time when salaries were delayed and there was a lot of rumors. When you ask the people in this government, they tell you as usual that it is because of the loans that were taken in the previous regime that they are servicing. Loans that they themselves approved. If there was money in the coffers, do you think there would have been delays to send the money to the members of parliament? I don't think so. I personally believe that there is a problem somewhere. We don't have money. It is not because of the previous regime. For the past 1 year, ever since William Ruto ascended to power, we have had situations where we are told about corruption in the country. The edible oil, the G2G, you can name them. There's a lot of corruption. Madam Nyakang, who is the controller of budget, told us that money is being inflated under the guise of people's salaries, and it is getting into other people's pockets. And even more startling is the fact that in the office of the president, from July, was it from I think February to July, something of the kind, that office has used 2.2 billion Kenya shillings. And a quick calculation, in fact, I was listening to Reverend Wainaina saying that it means we are using $1 million per day in that office alone. And you wonder, what exactly is the office of the president doing to earn such money, to use 1 million shillings in a day? And this is why I'm telling you that there is no money, and I believe it is because of corruption. Number two, the Council of the Economic, advisors, Mr. David D, told us that there is a lot of wastage that cannot be controlled by the independent offices like the Controller of Budget. And when you hear such, these are the people who sit at the center of our economic programs and agenda. And so we have to take what they tell us with a lot of seriousness. Our president keeps on telling us that he has gone to the other countries and he has negotiated about certain deals, jobs. Is there anyone who can raise up his hand and tell me that the jobs that have been negotiated, he landed one of them? Even if it's a domestic worker. I don't think so. Recently he came back and told us that now medics are going to get jobs in Saudi Arabia or something. While talking today, he was saying just how much money the Indian government has pledged and how much wametenga. It has become tumetenga from the days of campaigns to date. Bado tunaendelea kutenga, and this is the reason why many times when William Ruto goes somewhere for his sojourns, for just to meet the people tour, people reject him. Either they are lukewarm, they are wondering what is this man telling us, or they simply reject him. Why? He keeps on telling them tunataka kufanya 1 year down the line. And so I was using this video just to show it that I don't think there is money and there is a problem. If you look at, if you listened yesterday, like I said, yesterday was a nightmare for William Samoei Ruto, because Bishop Anthony Muhere was saying, and you know it, that we live in a world of blame game. That is what the Kenya Kwanza team does. They don't want to face their challenges and confront them. They don't even believe that we have a problem. William Ruto himself tells us that he is aware of our problems and is capable of handling them, while other quarters feel that we should incorporate every stakeholder to see how the country moves on. And this is the reason why I'm telling you that there is a problem. The more we live in denial, the more we are digging deeper. One day, we will be shocked unless we stop the corruption, unless we stop the wastage, and unless we stop the blame game. And so, I really want to dig deep and understand why our members of parliament were stranded somewhere. And I want to believe that this is not an insinuation to be exaggerated to blame the government, because I don't think they can do it for just political purposes. And as Salase says, we need a national conversation about this country. It does not belong to one person. The fact that someone is at the helm doesn't give him the authority of messing the country and gag other people of talking about it. I think we need to have a national conversation so that we can see how the country moves forward. Let me say this as I finish. For the Kenya Kwanza apologists who do not want to accept whenever there is a problem, people do not pray for William Ruto to fail, because when he fails, all of us fail. And that is the reason why we want William Ruto to succeed. Because when he succeeds, all of us succeeds. Today, the government announced placements of Form 1 students. I can assure you that parents have got headache because the cost of education is just too high. No parent would want William Ruto to fail, because no parent would want to pay exorbitant school fees. And so don't think that we are praying for William Ruto to fail. In fact, we want him to succeed. We want him to reduce the prices of fuel, to reduce the punitive taxes. And lastly, we want him to stop listening to the international community and put the interest of Kenyans at heart. Kenya ikuje kwanza bana. Si eti unajua watu wanasema hatutaki to know. Raila Amolo Odinga himself said that it is like he has given William Ruto time to fix the economy, as he was saying, because walikuwa nasema Raila anataka kuangusha hii serikali nini. So Raila akasema okay, tumewachia endeleeni. But the signs and symptoms do not, we don't, there is no sign of white smoke. At the end of this tunnel, I don't think there is light. It's still darkness. I don't know what you think, but that is my take.